Hey, what's up guys? It's your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, Ben 2000 YGO, and I am back again. This time I'm gonna take another crack at the Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's right. This deck has been a culmination of stuff from other people, so yeah. I'm excited to get to playing. So, stick around. So, like I was saying, this deck is... I'm going to give you guys a personal story, real quick. In case you guys don't know this, my best friend used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And he recently quit, and he bequeathed me his entire collection, including his Blue Eyes deck. So, I decided to take another crack at the Blue Eyes deck and try to build it the best way that I know how. I had to use some other deck profiles to kind of get a sense on how things work now with the Blue Eyes deck, because things are a little different, because I used to play the Felgrand version, where I relied heavily on the Felgrand cards, and it was very much a, and that deck worked for me, don't get me wrong guys, I actually enjoyed that deck, it really did work for me personally as a player, but I realized that I couldn't play the game that way and keep going and expect to do well. So I had using my friends' cards and some of my own, I combined our stuff together and I have created this Blue Eyes deck. So I'm going to showcase for you. If you're new here, this is how we do things on the Ben 2000 of YGO channel. We have this discussion at the front. In the middle, I'm going to have some replay footage, and then at the end, I'll have the deck profile for you guys. So, without further ado, let's give somebody, what was it, the Ultimate Dragon's Attack? Let's go Neutron Blast some people. That'll be fun, right? See you on the other side, guys. guys, this is my Blue Eyes deck that is the culmination of me and my best friend who's formerly a Yu-Gi-Oh player. My idea with this deck now is I'm always going to have a Blue Eyes deck that is available for my friend to play. Even if the only thing he wants to do is maybe play a game or two with me, that's perfectly fine. I mean, the idea was he'll have an up-to-date version for as long as it's with me. For him to play around with, even if he just wants to play casually. This one is inspired by, I went and saw oh man, I can't tell you how many Guardragon Blue Eyes decks that I went and watched, and I was like, oh my god, there's so many. Anyway, so I kind of just went with what I looked at what I had, and looked at what they had, and, looked at what my friend had given me, and I was like, okay, this is what I can build, so here it is. Actually, and funny enough, a lot of things really come in, okay, so we got the standard Blue Eye stuff here. We've got Livonia, or Levenier, excuse me. Livonia, I think, was his OCG name. Levenier. This dragon is actually really funny, because think of it as like a fourth alternative white dragon. So basically, you summon this thing, he pops up. It can't attack on the turn it's summoned, which alternative won't attack if you use its ability. So it's kind of, think of it like that. Morphage Goliath. Oh man, this card is OP. You get this out with some protection, and your opponent just screams. Spirit of White and Arc Brave. These are kind of back row haters, and Arc Brave helps get to Goliath. Destrudo. I mean, I'm still debating about Destrudo's purpose in here. Most of the time, I just end up using it as dark fodder for Levenier, but it is what it is. The Earth and Fire Guardragons, so they're only one of each, and of course we got the Ancient Stone here, but these two guys are, man, I can't tell you how many times these guys have facilitated going into Dark Matter, because really Dark Matter is the linchpin of the Blue Eyes deck right now. So it's all about going into Dark Matter, pitching off a Morphage Goliath here, and then bring Arc Brave, and then bring it back later, and probably an Ancient Stone or whatever third monster you need in the graveyard to keep facilitating plays. And of course now I have the Sage because my buddy had the Sage, so now I'm using the Sage and that's been coming in handy because I'll open Sage and a way to get to alternative and regular Blue Eyes and maybe one of these wimpy other wimpy monsters, and I'll just play it, pop it, and oh look, 2 level 8s, Dark Matter, and then my opponent goes no. And then of course we got 1-for-1, which also helps get to these because we've got a crap ton of level 1s. Return of the Dragon Lords, which is also a shield for dragons, trade in. Melody, Terraforming, so we can get to the Dragon Ravines, which I like Dragon Ravine over Dragon Shrine, personally. Called by the Grave, because we have a lot of stuff that our opponent can kind of say, no! So since we have so many targets, and each one's kind of a linchpin to the play, mostly, usually you don't have two Ash Blossom target cards in your hand, so usually you have to pick one. You only have one, so we need this card to kind of help with that, to help protect it. And then of course we have the Ultimate Creature of Destruction, and this card is pretty busted. This basically allows any of the Blue Eyes monsters to be basically invulnerable, and also able to be oh, anything I battle is going to die, so that's pretty useful. Truth be told, outside of Dark Matter, we don't really use the extra deck, but we can. Because we are playing these lower level dragons, we do have the Guardragon engine in here. It's just I don't have certain cards, so it doesn't come up as often, but if I do get those cards together, yeah, this comes up. But most of the time, it's just Dark Matter. And then the other times, it's Spirit Dragon, and I just kind of stall out till I can get to Dark Matter. And then, of course, we have our King Dragoon, which is our aggro pain target, because, the truth be told, this deck doesn't have a shortage of its in-theme negation. I mean, we've got, Felgrand here, and we've got Hope Harbinger, so... And then we have a blanket protections, that come from Azure Eyes, Return of the Dragon Lords, and the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. And then, of course, we have, we have a lot of, monster floodgates. And so this deck doesn't really need a third negator. I will say this.
you have to go first with this deck. If you do not go first, you're gonna get hurt. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I haven't come up with a sideboard yet for this deck, but when I do, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna need something that's gonna like I fought like the Guardragon replay you saw earlier, where he just rage quits. That was actually the second game, and he left after that. But the first game, he had, or she, I don't know, whatever. That person had thrown so many negations at me, and I think one of them was Naturia Beast, which Naturia Beast in a Guardragon deck was like, what the hell? I thought you were trapped to dragons, but what do I fucking know? So, you know, that was different. I do gotta say that, you know, if somebody throws that much negation at you, I literally was staring down, like, if I recall correctly, like, Naturia Beast, Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, he had the field spell for the Kaiju Waterfront and Gamma Seal in defense mode, and it was just nuts. I was like, I don't know, I'm not getting past that. Now, if I was playing my dinosaur deck, you know, I would have just, you know, okay, that's cute. Ultimate Dr. Tyranno, attack, 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 attack. I win. You know what I mean? It would have been like that. But it was just new. It wasn't happening the other way. It wasn't going to happen. And so, yeah. But this deck, you have to go first. If you don't go first, you're going to get hurt. So your sideboard is going to be, because they're going to make you go second if you win the dice roll and go first. So you need to be prepared for that. So your sideboard should be about tackling from the going second perspective for the most part. Because, I mean, like, what are you worried about? Like, literally, if you have this guy out, like, what, you know, even if, like, a rogue deck like Cyber Dragons can't contact views with that, so. Alright. So, I hope you guys like this Blue Eyes deck. If you have suggestions, preferably budget ones, because I am on a budget, put that in the comments below. And, yeah. I am Bet2000YGO. Oh! Real quick, let me remind you guys, I'm still in a race with Yusei of YGO Pro, so subscribe to me, because I want to get to that 500 subscribers first, and for my regulars, I want you guys to know at 400 subscribers, we'll do a Q&A video, so get your questions ready. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I know that we're having some technical issues with Facebook and Instagram right now, but those things won't be, you know, by the time we get to 400 subscribers, you know, that won't be a thing, so make sure you subscribe to me. I'm Bet2000YGO, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!